覚悟してろよ。行くぜ。
Welcome to the second part of the TMNT NECA SDCC 2018 Ninja Turtle review. This will feature the figures. Enjoy. Okay, so here we have the first turtle, Leonardo, and I'm going to go in a certain order. Let me know in the comment section if you know what order I actually went in, because I would find that hilarious if you know exactly why I chose the order I'm doing these turtles in. So you have Leonardo, okay? The paint is different for all the turtles. The body mode is the same from what I've seen, except for the arms. But the body mode's the same. Leonardo and Donatello share the same arm. If you look here, the bicep there, it's different from Mikey's. Just a tad, okay? It's different muscle structure, but Donatello has the same. The face. And when I first got these, folks, I'm not going to lie to you, I was completely floored. I've never seen such great action figures in my life. These are so realistic looking. It's scary. It looks just like the movie. I literally watched the movie this morning because I was so excited. I just wanted to kind of get more hype for this review. But look at the eyes. And it's a little hard to see Leonardo's because of the little shadow there. Let's get some more light. There we go. So you can see his eyes, the nice, articulated bandana. He comes with, well, we'll talk about accessories last, but I'll show you the bandana at least for this one. He comes with the bandana that's flowing in the wind. These are a little bit tight and tricky to get in. I would show it right now, but it's really not that different. It's just, imagine if I turned this upside down and it's kind of flowing in the wind, that's what you'll see. I don't want to risk breaking these because they're very, very tight. I've already messed around with it once and said I might not do that again, just because these are rare, and if I break it, that's it. It's not like I'm getting another chance at these unless NECA does something. I really hope they do, because these should be allowed to be seen and held, if they can get the license somehow. Okay, but anyway, back to the turtle. They feel heavy. They feel different. It's not a cheap feeling. It's a very high-end feeling. Like, it's hard to explain. I've held other NECA products in the past, and they still don't quite feel like this. They feel similar, but they don't feel like this. This is another level. And they've got some pretty good articulation. Leonardo, what kind of hinders Leonardo a little bit is his elbow pad, because it's a little hard to go up past that. But sometimes if I move the elbow pad a little bit more, I can get about 90 degree. Not right now though. So there is a swivel for the hands. His sword looks amazing. The belt's a nice, almost leather feel. It feels like leather. It's scary. The sword has a very nice weathered look. Again, I just watched the movie. These are the same swords. Well, not the same swords, but the same looking swords he had in the movie. The only negative about Leonardo at all is his swords. Not because of the way they look, because they have a dang good look, folks. They are very, very flimsy. And I've already bent one and nearly breaking it, getting it in this sheath. This sheath looks amazing. The problem with it is the one I have right here is a little bit thinner. So getting it doesn't quite go in. This one goes in smooth like butter. Smooth like butter. So yeah, if I put this in here, see that? So I'm going to have to do something to try to get this to extend a little bit more. Maybe I'll get something metal and have it just kind of sit there for a couple days, so that way it kind of expands it. Because right now, if I put this sword in here, it's going to bend eventually or break. And it's hard to get it out too, because it's ridiculous. But besides that, this figure is great. I mean, here's some articulation with his Leonardo has a little bit more of a gappage than all my other turtles. But he can kick about that far. Okay, he's got that much knee bend, but his knee bends even more that way. So it's not bad. It's not the best, but it's not bad. Some people reported like shearing or cracking at the ankles. Mine don't have that so far, luckily. This was made in China. Yeah, it looks good. I love the the look. Not much of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Not much of a splits. I'm gonna go very slowly because I don't want to break this figure, and it makes me nervous doing too much with it. So there's a split right there. I know it can go a little bit more, but I really don't want to risk this going too much more. So I'm gonna put it back in. And that's another problem with Leonardo. Like, this thing is so large, I'm probably not going to store them inside here. It almost always catches, can't see what I'm talking about. The sword almost always catches on the roof while I'm moving him around. So be very careful if you have this, because it will snap off. But there is a little bit of an ankle rocker from side to side there, just a tad bit. But the legs are great. And some people report it like the legs being loose. Mine's not really loose. So, I mean, it's not super tight, but it's good. It stays in place. So the shells are all different as well, almost like a fingerprint. Overall, the Leonardo is a great one. So I like him a lot. I won't go as in depth for the rest of the turtles, just because I want you to get a feel of what the range of motions were. Leonardo can look up about this much, which is really good actually. And he can look down really good as well. So if you got Turtle standing up, yeah, that looks good. So, yeah. So, did Leonardo. Leonardo, we're going to put you up, buddy, out the way on the second floor. And then bring in Donatello. Okay, so here we have Donatello. Let's bring his face back around. And I've always thought Donatello had more of a beak. It looks like he has more of a beak than the other turtles, just the way he always kind of has that smirk and how yellowish his mouth is. And let's get a little better focus on. That's better. So, yeah, his eyes, he looks inquisitive. Looks great. I like the different color variation with the spots. He's got a pizza in his hand. I'm going to take that out. We'll talk about the pizza soon as well. His bow staff does not have a holder, but you can store it right here. Let's take off his bow staff. And all the weapons fit really tight, folks. So when you get them in their hands, you do have to kind of use a little bit of muscle to get in there, but being very careful. The staff itself looks really, really good. I like it. Very durable material, not like the swords, because it's more of a thicker material. So when I store his, I just slide it right on in the back there. And fun fact, he never stored his weapon in the back in the movie like this. So maybe that's why they didn't have an official storage for him, you know. But he looks good. His shell's a little bit different too. I like his straps. They are different, as you can see. The shells are different. They didn't have to do that, but did they do it? Yes, they did. They gave you money. If you were able to get this set, they gave you bang for your buck for sure, and then some. So again, very, very, very happy. Donatello looks great. Same articulation, nothing different here. I just want you to give a feel for how Donatello looks. I love the side of the shells. That looks great too. I mean, it's odd. I guess the other thing I have to tell you guys is this feels different. The shell feels different from the skin, and as it should. They're turtles, but NECA, again, they did a great job. You know, they did such a great job, you know, with these figures. You know, I can't wait to hear what old gamer Chris says about this when he sees this review, because he's all about NECA. So hopefully, you know, one of these days NECA can get some sets out to that guy. I'm going to pause it there for our next set. Now here's Raphael giving you that sass. You know what I mean? That's Raphael right there. He's not messing around. He's cool, but he's rude. You know what I mean? He is my favorite Ninja Turtle because when I was a kid, my favorite color was red, which it still is. And I just always liked him. I was so surprised when he actually cursed in the Ninja Turtles movie when I was a kid. I was like, whoa, he said a bad word. I can't say that. I said it anyway because he said it. And there's his bandana. Didn't show you Donatello's. Not much there. It's purple. But Raphael looks good. I took his hands off because there's extra sets of hands too. I gave him the pointing hand just because I want him to point at Leo. That looks cool, but that's an accessory that we're not supposed to be looking at right now, so I'm taking it off. And it's very easy to take the hands off. Just slide them. Ooh, looks like it's breaking. Just slide them out. Like that. Put the other one in. And this is the hand that came with Raphael. So it's pretty easy to slide them in and out. Although this one looks a little weird. Like it's wanting to break soon. So that's scary. Hopefully it's not. Maybe it's just the way it looks. Because this is a great hand. But anyway, I digress. So there's Raphael. My favorite Ninja Turtle. Looking great. He has his size. His size look dope. Just like the movie. I love the rust look on them, the wrappings. He can hold his size very well as well. Like I said, very well as well. Give me 1 second while I put these size in his hand. And you can see here, he has a spot where he can sheath them. The only problem is, it does, if you're trying to articulate them around a little bit, if you are not careful, you can run into that side and bend it. So be very conscious of that if they do release these or you do get a hold of those. But with it in hand, man, look at that. Look at that, folks. Yeah, if I was a Foot Clan, I would not want to be messing with Raphael. I'm sorry. That scene when he's fighting all of them on the rooftop, they better have had some help. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Raphael looks great. I love the colorations. I love the fact that he's showing his teeth. I think he and Mikey are the only turtles that show their teeth in these figures. If they would have had alternate heads, I'm sure all of them would have had some different expressions. But I also love the scars and scratches on his shell. I mean, he's the only one with that, but he's the one who got, a little bit beat up and also maybe trained a little harder, Here's me just throwing my own personal feelings on Raphael, but that's my boy. So that's what I do. And again, I dig this. If they would have thrown in the trench coat, woo, I'm going to have to find my own trench coat and hat and just make it work because that looks good. So now we can look at the last turtle. And now we have Mikey. And Mikey is a chucker. Sorry, I love that scene. Oh, a fellow chucker, do we? Oh, we have a fellow chucker. But yeah, Mikey probably has my favorite expression. Unfortunately, he's also the only one with the defect right on his bandana. Right there. It's a white mark. So that sucks. But his eyes and smile is just, it's infectious. It looks good. I love it. They did a great job with capturing Mikey's innocence, playfulness, and all that stuff above. Looks great. One thing I did also want to mention is the little bits of like paint they used for the sewing pieces. I mean, they have it all around. So the fact that they did that, it's just amazing. I mean, again, NECA didn't have to do all this stuff, and they did. They really, I think they had to have a love for these movies in order to do this. I really, because they just did such a great job with it. And I'm very excited, happy to own these figures. Took a long time to, to get it. And this, in case you're wondering how I got it, because I did not go to San Diego Comic-Con. They did have a 3-day sale. They released so many figures for sale, and you could purchase them online. But they sold out each day roughly around a minute to a minute and a half. So it didn't take long for them to sell out each day. So I just got lucky. That's it. No ifs, ands, buts about it. I got lucky. Okay. His nunchucks. Boom. Looking good. There's a string there. Some people complain that there's a string when there should be a chain. It's kind of hard to tell. I just watched the movie again, and I can't even tell if it's a chain or a rope that it ties his nunchucks. But the nunchucks themselves are very accurate and look great, just like they did in the movie. He does not have a place to store them. His belt's tighter than Leonardo's and Donatello's and Raphael, so that's kind of frustrating. But there's a simple solution for storing the chucks. Put them right there. Put them right there. Perfect spot. And then you have easy access to grabbing them. Let's see if we can get him to swing them. He can. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I see you, Mikey. I see you, Mikey. So Mikey's pretty good at with his nunchucks. And yeah, it looked great. I mean, he's a great looking turtle too. I like how his turtle shell looks. It's the most green for some reason, at least on my figure. It's the most green, and it looks like it's the most intact. So maybe he has the least amount of damage. You can see his turtle shell is different from Leonardo's, which is cool. I mean, they're brothers, but they don't have to share everything, you know? And then you got Donatello's. Again, they're not the same shells. If you look or pause the screen, you can see, and of course, there's Raphael's, which I shouldn't even show you because you already saw it. But it's got the scratches and everything. So, again, like I said, they're almost like fingerprints. There's different ones for each turtle. They did a great job. Mikey's face, again, top notch. Love the chucks he comes with. He looks great. And this is a great set, folks. Bottom line. Bottom line. So now I'm going to look at the accessories. So, comes with Groot. I am Groot. I'm kidding. All right. It comes with, in all seriousness, a can of ooze, which is very cool. Very cool. And you can actually read the stuff on there. Radiation, radioactive material. And there's a little spot where it's open. You can't open it up. At least I couldn't. I didn't want to break it, but I tried. I tried for you. Then it comes with my favorite accessory, the tile game pizza, aka Domino's, like it was in the movie, but it's okay. And if you look, it even has the writing on there from the movie about if they're late, $3 off. I mean, they did a great job. I wish you can see. There we go. See that? You can read that, the coupon, everything. On the side, you can see that driver's calculator less than $20. There's gray pizza stain marks on here. If you do not order pencil on your pizza, please discard right away. That's funny. Then there's Michelangelo's order number and name, the address, the year. They killed it. They killed it. And then if you open the pizza up, you can see the slices of pizza. You can form them and make them into a circle. They're kind of scattered around. I'm not going to do that right now. Just trust me, it forms into a pizza. There's the grease stains and stuff at the bottom. They did a great job. Each piece is just the same replicated piece, so it doesn't really look like any variance there. But still, the fact they give you a whole pizza in there is great. Sharing is caring, folks. Remember that. Sharing is caring. Some of the other pieces or cool items that come with, I'll have to show you with a figure. So let's bring one of our figures down. Let's bring down Mikey. All right, so Mikey's going to show you some of the different hands. So we take out the stock hand, and we're going to put out this hand, which looks like it's like holding. So boom, there you go. Or you can hold a pizza if you want. If you have two hands like that, you can put both of them holding the pizza. That's cool. I like that hand a lot. Very useful. Let's get another hand in here. Somebody give me a hand. A hand that I feel like fits very well with Mikey is the thumbs up hand. Look at that. Man, that's cool. That's probably my favorite accessory hand. And then the open hand that shows you first. So there's that one. Then there is also this grabby paw hand where you can like grasp stuff. So I guess that's the one for the ooze. Yeah, that's the one for the ooze. So that's the grabby hand. So I guess the other one, flat one's more like laying down pizza or something. I don't know. But that's the grabby hand. There's pairs of these hands. So there's that as well. And the last hand is, well, actually, you know what? There's so many good accessories here. All these hands are good. The pointing hand. So you can tell people, hey, you did this. It's your fault. So, yeah, that's cool. I dig it. I dig it. You better watch our reviews. You better. So, yeah. So there's that. So I like the set. Again, I don't like this set. I love this set. It's phenomenal. And it came with one brick by itself, which was odd, but I dig it. You know, who knows? Maybe someone wants to throw bricks, you know, gets angry. But there's all the hands. Let's bring some of these bandanas down. Here's all the bandanas. There's the other accessory. Does not come with this. I made that, so okay. Last thing, let's do some comparisons so you guys can see how things scale. Okay, so these comparison videos are going to fly a little bit fast, okay? Fast and furious, just so you guys can see and get a sense of scale. So here we have a NECA versus NECA. We got Michelangelo and the NECA Sylvanus. Looks good. So again, quality and quality. Move her out the way and bring in Figure Arts, FH Figure Arts Ryu. See, he's quite a bit smaller, so it doesn't really fit in perfectly with that line, but still nice to see him on this background. I think he looks good on the street. Here we go with the standard Marvel Legend Daredevil. Actually, it's the Amazon exclusive Daredevil, but you know, they look pretty good next to each other. Scale well. I think the 6-inch line or 7-inch line can scale pretty well either way, so I don't think you'll run into any problems. Here's where we get big. Marvel Select Colossus. That looks good. He's not wanting to stand. There we go. For my DC peeps, it's Batman. That looks good. It's a good scale. I think that's DC Icon. It's Batman. New 52. Black Series fans, there's Grand Admiral Thrawn. That looks good. And we have Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Venom. That looks really good. We're going to do 2 more just because I love you guys. Here we go with the Indoraptor from the Mattel line. This is the first Indoraptor, the superposable. That looks good to me. I think that looks really good. And last but not least, because I love this line, we have the Legends class Grimlock. I said Legends. Leader class Grimlock. And that scales pretty well. Well, not really. It's supposed to be like gigantic, so it doesn't scale pretty well at all, but it looks good, doesn't it? So again, I hope this video wasn't too long for you all. Again, I really appreciate you watching this review. I love these characters, these figures. I can't say one's my favorite because you have to have them all as a set, 10 out of 10. As a diorama, 10 out of 10. Together, they are undefeatable. So again, thanks for watching. If you haven't seen my videos before and you like this review, don't you just want to subscribe right there? Just do it. Click it. Click it. Come on. Click it. And if you have subscribed already, did you watch this last review? Thanks for watching and Cowabunga.